This is your host, Paul Grofton, with the American Rambler. Well, it seems like uh, Proud Boys haven't been in the news for a while, but they are back now. Well, sort of. Okay, it seems like the Seattle police faked reports of armed Proud Boys to spook George Floyd protesters. So essentially, Seattle police staged sightings of Proud Boys when they weren't even in there. So essentially, the Proud Boys are getting into trouble for something that they never even did or were concerned with. So essentially, they're leaving police matters to the police. Uh, so this is according to the Daily Beast. Uh, the misinformation effort, as the report dubbed it, improperly added fuel to the fire of the already tense protesters, wrote OPA director Andrew Meyerberg. The use of Proud Boys when it is known that the transmission would be monitored took a volatile situation and made it even more so. So essentially, you put targets on the Proud Boys' backs when it wasn't even necessary for you to do so. Right now, I think the Democrats and the police owe the Proud Boys an apology for this. For more than 2 hours on the night of June 8th, officers made remarks like it looks like a few of them might be open carrying and hearing from the Proud Boys group. They may be looking for somewhere else for confrontation. So essentially, they're saying the Proud Boys were looking for confrontation when there was no confrontation because they weren't even in the area. Because they are normally not looking for confrontation. The precinct captain who ordered the ruse, Brian Garhan, told OPA that he was looking for an innocent way to just throw out some distraction at a time when the police department was short-handed and under pressure. Well, that is certainly not an innocent way because essentially you're slandering the Proud Boys, and I hope they sue. According to the report, an unnamed journalist who was with the protesters that night told OPA that in his perspective things were going fine in C.H.O.P until people in the crowd heard reports that the Proud Boys were coming. So the journalist stated that when it occurred, it seemed like everyone in the crowd who owned guns went to get theirs, and the event went from being peaceful to something entirely different. So the Capitol Hill Occupy protest decided last summer's racial justice protest. That wasn't a racial justice protest. That was the I word. Okay. They established a foreign government on American soil. Captain Grenon told investigators that the purpose of the fake conversations was to get protesters into other areas because we were overrun with, you know, yeah. Uh, then Chief Carmen Best told investigators that she had not been informed about the tactic. Oh, really? The OPA report found that Grenon, who later ascended to the rank of assistant chief, violated department policies, as did two officers involved, and all three had already left the department. Well, I hope the Proud Boys sue because this is definitely slander, and they should also go after the Democrats for repeating the slander.